cold this morning. It's like I see your breath cold. I need to start like wearing a temperature gauge. Yeah, I mean, your watch doesn't really work because, you know, it gets inaccurate really fast. I brought my POV with me today. I'll tell you what, I really notice when I don't have a belt. All my stuff. That's new. They didn't used to have a door on this. Or was it always open? I think it might have been propped open. It's probably because it was so noisy. People were being noisy and stuff. I'm guessing jacuzzi's closed again. Too much intense use of the jacuzzi. Yeah. Yep. You know, it occurred to me that by every definition that matters, I will be homeless. Every real word. So this is my quilt. I haven't showed you guys my quilt. I need to show you this. This is super cool. It's like a $400 down quilt. That goes down to ultra dry down 850. Total weight 500 grams. It weighs a pound. It goes to 4C or 39 Fahrenheit for comfort. So that's what I'm saying. The only place I ever want to go is someplace that is not going to top what is this about? Oh, look at that. It's got like a cinch strap for the top. Yeah. You can cinch it around over you. That's it. This is my quilt. It's pretty big. It's basically just a sleeping bag in half that you can move around. If you know what I like about it? You don't have to screw around with zippers. Now, that's yet to be seen, though, whether it's going to keep you warm in the middle of, like, you know, a situation where you don't want any gaps. Perfect for this, though. You just wrap it around you and take it wherever. Can't deal with a sleeping bag. You have to unzip it and go through all that crap. Does this have all these attachments and stuff to make you warmer, I guess? And you kind of need something underneath you to insulate you. Like, see, this is going to be wet, right? So that's going to be cold. So that would be the thing you would not want to sit on. I wonder if I can like split it out to be half and half, you know. It doesn't, the thing about down is it doesn't insulate you. It doesn't protect you from everything, you know. Here. Wait, what? Where did your mic go? Alright, well, I'm going to put you down here. I'll talk to you. How's that? Okay, yeah, this is perfect. Oh my god, so I don't think those fountains were on before. Charles, how you doing? Just reading the chat here. Duke, what's up? Snow? That does not surprise me, Duke. Dude, it's cold here. It is, like, check it. Look at my coffee. It's the coffee test. It's the coffee temperature test. Does your coffee make steam in the morning or not? Nothing like drive time, Rob. I don't know what that means. What is drive time, Rob? Is that the new Rob? Is that Nomad Rob? I have to yell. Can you guys hear me? So, I ruined a $600 modem yesterday. So I learned a lesson. So I've been putting my modems in my pack, so the modem faces up, and they have these screens on them, right? These clear screens, and I dropped my pack and it hit on a rock and it went through the pack. Didn't cut it or anything, but it cracked the screen. You know how when you crack like an LED screen, it has like all the stripes on it and stuff? So now I can't operate the modem. Just like that, it was gone. So I learned a lesson. You're driving right now? Oh, right. So I learned to like put the modem in the pack upside down, because at least that way the screen has less of a chance of dying. Right? My feet are cold. I need my down booties. I have to figure out a way to carry those with me. They compact down really well. I gotta figure that out though. That is a priority. I have down booties, but I'm probably gonna end up with a couple of pairs of down booties, because they have down booties. Hey, how's it going, Mark? Yeah, it's cold, man. And it's only 44. Yeah. I do need down booties though. I can already tell. If I'm gonna try to survive like this, I have down booties for sleeping, but I need down booties for walking around that have like a soul. Yeah. I probably should have wore a warmer shirt too. I'd wear my beanie though. I look forward to figuring all of this out. Silicone sleeves for the modem. Yeah, that's a great idea. I should do that, Synthwave. I mean, the biggest problem with the modem is overheating, so I don't want to put too much on it. But you could I could probably put like a, I don't know, like a ventilated mesh 3D printed silicone sleeve. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I'll have to look into that. Engineers that we are. I tell you what, turning your car into your home is a really great project for an engineer. every night I lay in my bed and I in the car and I'm thinking about what I can make better. It is so much fun, you guys. It's so much fun. Penguin, what's up? Evolve Supply has some ultralight hiking booties. Some down ones. I have some ultralight down booties, but they don't have sole on them. And I got them for sleeping. The idea of those is that you put them on, but because here's the problem, right? So when you're in the car, you just need warm feet. So you just want to wear those, and you're not going to walk around or something. If you're going to walk around, you're going to what I've been doing is I've been taking my down booties, and I've been putting my down booties inside of my my mucklucks. You know, like the shit kicker things, and those oh my god, that Could you watch that? Could you watch that for like 3 hours? I could put a keyboard. I put a keyboard on my Mac. Like keyboard noises. I put a mic on there. What are you talking about? This grandpa is not right, though. This grandpa is wrong on most everything that I have read of him. I haven't read very much, but the stuff I read, we're talking about somebody who still thinks single inheritance class programming is a good idea, and I don't want to talk about it. Uncle Bob, among many others, but primarily Uncle Bob, led us headlong into the wall, which was single inheritance class-based object-oriented programming. To quote Brian Cantrell, the dark times. In others, constantly. If the more you stop dwelling on achieving your own happiness, you can't completely, right? You gotta do that. You can't. You got to take responsibility for your own happiness. That's like a big problem. Everybody's like, oh, I'm so depressed. Nobody wants to help me. My life sucks. Okay, do something about it. Don't get sad. Get busy. All right? I'm talking to myself here. Okay? I am preaching to myself. my bike mini and stuff. There's an entry right there.
He's the author of many of.
I'm done now. Oh shit. What the hell is going on here, and why are we all slamming our brakes on at the last minute? God damn, that was almost really ugly. Did you see how fast they slammed their brakes on? And I'm ranting on top. This is where they had the accident. They had to. We did this one time. Woo! Fire. Tuesday, they're probably having meetings. Probably having like youth meetings and stuff. Making a guy. Sorry about that. That is because I tried a new cable. I gotta stop trying new things. 0 degrees in Wyoming? That's cold. That's like cold, cold. I'm definitely gonna keep one of my cold weather bags. Just for this kind of hanging out. So yeah. I don't know if I'll end up taking it with me though. I just don't know how I would pack it. I have a minus 15 degree bag. And I have a, I mean, that thing is like luxurious. What is my sleep schedule? Can you guys still hear me? Let me make sure you can hear me, and then I'll talk. That cable just decided to die for no reason. It's so weird. You can hear. I'm starting to think I'm going to go ahead and carry 2 batteries anyway in the pack since I got a bigger pack now. I know, I'm always taking notes live. I'm always like commenting on improvements. So one of the things that just happened is I really like these batteries because you can plug 2 things into them and it doesn't switch one over. But I've noticed if you use the USB cable, which is, you know, the big old one, right? Not the USB-C, that occasionally the power fluctuates. So I'm not even doing anything. I'm just sitting here and all of a sudden the power fluctuates. So one of 2 things is happening. Either the lack of disturbing, you know, current between the ports doesn't apply to the USB versus USB-C, or it actually is booting it off every once in a while when it tries to up the power. So the problem with running 2 batteries on Bellabox or any device really is that most of the power banks, when you plug another thing into the same power bank, at the moment you plug it in, it blips the power, and it causes the device to reboot. And that's what just happened. My modem just rebooted for no reason. It went off. It lost all its power. I had to like re-plug in the cable to get the modem to come back. The Bellabox was fine. So not exactly sure why that is. It could be that the modem isn't getting enough power, because the USB port is, I think, only 40 watts of power. So I think it might be not enough power, and therefore it had nothing to do with the cable, but it had to do with the wattage of the cables. So the other USB cable is much, much higher. It's like, I think it's 100. I could probably check it. The point is, I've never had that issue with this battery when I've had 2 USB-C cables connected. So I'm going to go back to using oh, there goes a deer. There's a deer. There's a deer just like walking down the sidewalk. Look really hard. He can hear me. He can hear me. There's a deer just like prancing down the sidewalk. I'm not even kidding. He's right there. He's right behind the couch. You can't see him, it's too dark. Here he goes. Or she. There she goes. Can you see her? She's by the trailer now. She went behind the trailer. She's like, I gotta watch out for these humans. I love living at the base of the mountains. Oh my god, it's like so awesome. Cable quality is such a main issue for me. That's why I like Moblin so much, Mark, right? That's why I was so into Moblin, because there were no cables, like no cables. And it was like, you know, free from cable hell. But not having cables has its own punishment. Like, you know, then you got signal degradation and all that crap, which is a total different issue. It's a big one though. Sleep schedule for software engineers. Seriously, let's go back to that. So I've tried all different kinds of sleep schedules, and it changes as I've aged. When I was young, I would stay up till forever because it was the only time I could get quiet, because I had toddlers at home, so I'd have to do family time, and then sometimes I'd put my wife to bed, and then I would get up and I would work late. And then I would just power through, and I would get up in the morning and go to work. Sometimes I would fall asleep at work because I was so tired. But I had, you know, I was young. I had a lot more capacity to recover. I was also a triathlete. So sometimes, yeah, I would I would go to the tanning bed and I would take a nap, actually, I remember, and when I was at Nike. Or I'd go in the car and take a nap. And then, but in my latter years, I end up kind of doing it by when I'm in the apartment, I tend to naturally go into 2 double phase sleep, where I have a nap in the afternoon, and then I'm up at night. But since I've been living out of the car, it's like I'm up at dawn and I go to bed when the sun goes down. It's really crazy. It's crazy how much your body remembers that you are, you know, a creature of the sun. But you know, it just doesn't happen overnight. You've got to. It's been seriously amazing. I kind of sometimes I want to take a nap in the middle of the day. I just take a nap in my car. For those of you who don't know, I haven't slept in my apartment in 2 weeks. I've been living out of my car. I use my apartment like an Airbnb. I go in and well, it's a great morning, right? Why would you be indoors right now? So I went to go. You guys know about my parents were on national television in America because of their 60th wedding anniversary in a Taco Bell. You can go look that up. And so I drove down there, and it was really really crowded because all the families in from out of town. And so I just slept in the car, and then I biked around in the morning and went and got coffee on my own. I basically lived out of the car, and then ever since then I've never gone back. I haven't slept anywhere but the car, and I gotta tell you, I sleep so much better now. I sleep so good now. It's absolutely insane. Hey Mark, can you make us a can you make us a command for that? Isn't there like a CMD create or something? Hey Quint, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, Quint. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. I really do. I mean, I'd make one, but I don't want to. I'm drinking my coffee. Yeah, this okay, so something I noticed about this quilt. Oh man, I'm doing better than I've ever been in my life. I mean, that's kind of unfair to say because yeah, I had children, I got married, and I had many, many great things in life. But right now, can I just say yeah, I'm for those just to catch you up and Quint and everybody else, I'm living out of the car. I'm living out of my car, and I'm actually so far it's been so great. I'm seriously thinking about never getting an apartment again until I can't walk or drive. Like I don't know when I'm 100 or something. So let's see. Let's say that when I turn, let's say I turn 95 and I can't drive anymore. How long is that? How much time do I got? I got like another 30 years of living like this. I'm guessing I have at least 30 years. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's awesome. Did it not work? Looks like it worked from where I'm sitting. Yeah, okay, so ever since I've been living outside, I've been noticing that the temperature you don't want to go below is 40 degrees. It's like if you're planning on living out of your car, you don't ever want to live someplace that's regularly under 40 degrees outside. 40 degrees is the most you can manage comfortably by changing your clothes up. If you go under 40 degrees, things start to get really crazy, especially if it's regularly under freezing. Then you've got to deal with frost on the windshield. You've got to defrost the inside of your car. You can't leave the vent open on your car because the cold air, the hot air will escape too fast. If it's 40 degrees outside, that's not a problem. And so I've been making a short list of all the places that are 40 degrees on average in the winter. That's the average low. And it's no surprise they're all on the border. They're either on the border or they're on the coast. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be living down in Arizona. south of the border would even be better. Yeah, if I could do that. I wish I could figure out how to do that. If I could figure out how to afford it, I would live in the Caribbean in the winter. You could go to Mexico, but that's a little weird. No, I have the computer in the car. I work. So I definitely work, Patrick. I work in the car. I'll give you guys a full tour of my car setup when I get to St. George. After I have it all packed up. Yeah, I have a computer. I work from there. I'm in Taco Bell. Lol. Yeah, I don't necessarily do a computer detox, but I because it's just more convenient, I watch movies and stuff and I read on the phone. The phone's my only device. It's just the easiest to manage in the car. So a lot of things that I used to do on my laptop, I don't do that anymore. I don't even open my laptop. In fact, I'm seriously thinking about, it's just using a laptop is the only time I ever need a laptop is like when I'm really, really intensely coding or something. And the only time I'm intensely coding these days, if it's not work, is to fix my API, my app, my Nomad IRL app. There's like so many things that I got rid of in the app. So many things. Like, I got rid of the overlay all the way. I'm not going to put the overlay back. There's no need. Not for what I'm doing. In fact, I'm starting to think I don't even want to sell the app anymore, because I don't want to deal with customer service and shit. It works for me. That's all I care about. AI does the coding. Yep. I consider myself doing the coding, and AI does the typing. AI does all my typing. Beep, beep, beep. People are up early, man. It's so funny. So many people don't see the sunrise. They don't. They're in their house scrambling to get to their next job. They're in their car screaming through traffic. They can't look up or they're gonna crash. I hope people figure out how to make appreciating a good sunrise happen, you know? Because it's like so sad. I tell you where you can't see the sunrise, in the canyon. So as much as I love the mountains, there is a time and a place for mountains, and there is a time and a place for the valley. You know, a lot of mountain people, they're like, oh, the valley, right? Like, oh, the valley is, whatever, sketch, and the valley. But the valley is the only place you can see the sun rising over the mountains. Or setting. If you're in the mountains, unless you get a good angle, you get a really perfect angle. Like when I was up visiting Carol in Millville Canyon, which is right over there, the sun started to set and it just lit up the trees. The back of the trees was just bright orange. Oh God, it was so beautiful. It was just all silhouetted and everything. You have to go to sleep early to witness the sunrise, yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I do though. I go to bed. You can come up with your own reasons for why I do, but I go to bed. I go to bed shortly after the sun goes down. So around here, that's about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I've noticed since I started letting my body just get into the circadian rhythm that I don't have to nap as much. I'm also way, way healthier. I've noticed that. I've noticed I've healed better, I recover better. I used to always say, oh, that's kind of BS, but it's really not. Your body like reacts to seeing the sun. You know what else it reacts to? Movement. Like if you get up and drive or go for a walk, the motion does something to your brain. It has like a calming effect. It is hard to close up your toes with this thing because it's so slippery. Because it's so slippery, it's kind of hard to get it to wrap around your toes. It comes apart really easy, you know? Because it's so lofty. Like if I had a sleeping bag, I would just stick my feet in there and I'd be good. I mean, I can see the benefit of a quilt, but a sleeping bag is so much better at maintaining heat. I think you could have a kind of control of your life schedule with small kids. Hell no. No, are you kidding me? If you have small kids, you don't have any control of anything. I'm sorry, you don't. I was just reminded of that. These young parents that my great niece, you know, who's like decorating my outback because it's like a clubhouse. She's like decorating it with like hearts on sticky notes. You just do not have any time. Hey, just do А вот и он, любитель джакузи. Джакузи не работает сейчас. Я не знаю, почему сломался. Что-то произошло. What did you do with all your stuff? Home server, etc. Damn, I gotta catch you up, Quint. Did you know I'm divorced too? Been a while. Yeah, my whole life is different now. I donated my servers and stuff in 2021 to the community college. And then what? I got this other job now. It's fully remote. I've been doing it for a while. And then I've been slowly getting rid of all my stuff. So probably about a month ago, I rented a van and I took, you know, all the stuff from my storage units and stuff. I took it all to my parents' garage, and they've been selling it. They've sold probably half of it. Like literally every single thing I own. And my apartment's got a few things left over in it because I've been trying to decide what I'm going to take on the road with me, like bike tools and bags and clothes and stuff. But this is the final round, so I have 3 days. to figure out what I'm gonna take with me in the car to live in St. George. In a week, I'm gonna be in some of the most beautiful country in the world. I'm gonna be Starlink streaming from on my new mountain bike from Bryce Canyon to Zions National Park on a supported ride that Ashley is going to run. Those of you who know this name, Ashley has been a running theme in the lore of RWX Rob. And sure enough, it's an Ashley who's running the bike tour. She's the goddess, she's the nomad goddess. She's been living out of her truck in the winter in Logan. Dude, she's hardcore. I cannot wait to tap her brain. I just want her to say, teach me your nomadic ways. Teach me your nomad ways, oh goddess of the nomad. And so it's a fully supported ride, but I'm going to be testing Starlink. I'm taking my batteries. And then I'm going to spend 2 weeks in St. George and down in southern Utah, living down there, visiting family down in that area. Possibly jetting over to Tucson. I don't know, we'll see. Tucson is still quite a drive away, but we'd be a lot closer. And then, hey Max, how you doing? Then we're gonna be, so that's all of September, and then I'm gonna be back in Bryce Canyon National Park for the final week because I have other family that are also going down there. They're living out of their trailer. They have a third wheel, so I'm gonna be hanging out with family down there. So I have 3 days left in Logan. And then I'm going to spend an entire month in southern Utah living out of the car. So I have to have the car packed. I have to have my mountain bike packed. I have to have everything. And this is going to be kind of a test run to see what am I missing? What did I forget to bring? What did I actually end up needing that I didn't think I was going to need? And then I'm coming back last week of July, so that I'll be and then the last week of July I'll be doing my final round of packing, and I'll be getting a trailer, and I'm going to tow a trailer the first week of August back to North Carolina, and I'm going to take the piano and some furniture back to my daughter. So August I'm going to be moving to North Carolina, but I'm going to be towing a trailer. Assuming all of that works. I don't know. I don't know. I'm either going to get a truck or I'm going to just tow the trailer. And then that'll be it. I'm going to live in North Carolina in the car. I'm going to try to live there in the month of August, which is going to be hard because it's super hot. Yeah, and then I'm going to be living in North Carolina and visiting my friends and everybody and my family there. And for August, I'm going to spend all of August in North Carolina. And then I'm going to drive back across the country to Logan, Utah in September. So the first week of September, I'll be driving back to Logan. And then I have exactly 1 month before my lease ends, and that will be the end of rent for me. So September I'll spend, I don't know, I don't know how, it depends on how clean I get the apartment. If I get the apartment really, really clean and ready to move out, like between now and the last week of August, if I actually manage to clean my apartment to the point where it is completely empty, then there's a good chance that I could stay someplace else in September. I don't necessarily have to come back to Logan. September is a really, really beautiful month though to be in Logan. the weather is just fantastic. So, stuff is starting to turn, and then November, I'm going to be November in Utah as well. So, September and November, I probably will stay here as long as I can. I'm going to try to stay in Logan until the end of November, and then I'm going to move. It's going to be hard because I'm going to be in the car. So for the entire month of November, I'll be in the car. If I can survive Utah November, it'll be interesting to see if I can survive that in the car. If I can survive Utah November in the car, then I want to stay for Thanksgiving because my parents are going to have Thanksgiving. They're going to have a big get together. And then after Thanksgiving, so the first week of December, I had moved down to Tucson, and I'd drive down to Tucson and live in Tucson or Quartzsite or Sedona or Santa Fe or Albuquerque or San Diego or outside of San Diego or whatever. If I had the money, I would go to TwitchCon in San Diego in early November, and then I would come back for Thanksgiving. But I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I have that kind of cash. I've been spending a lot of money. I am absolutely. It's funny you say that, Heavy, about the migratory thing. Because I was thinking about that. I was like, last night I was studying Albuquerque and New Mexico and the history and everything, and the Indian tribes that go there, and how the Indian tribes. This is a thing in Tucson, I remember. There's a place in Tucson where the Indian tribes congregate when the cicadas start making noise, or when they stop making noise. And there's this entire culture of Indians, different tribes that would meet together. They would have these big conferences in Tucson when the cicadas would start making noises. And so their way of like knowing when to do things was based on the seasons and the cycles. And I gotta tell you, that's one of the things about being a nomad that is really, really fulfilling. I wasn't expecting this, but I guess I tell you what, I'm totally gonna write about this someday. When you live as a nomad, you become intrinsically plugged into the patterns of nature. You're just more aware across the board. You're more aware of nature. You're more plugged into nature. You behave like an animal, and it's kind of awesome. You really do. It's like people always talk about snowbirds and they make fun of them and stuff. It's like, when did humans stop being migratory? Am I now living as a nomad? Yeah, I haven't. I've been living in my car for 2 weeks. I still pay rent, but I live in my car. Yeah, I've been using my apartment as an Airbnb to wash my clothes once a week or so. So I still plan on getting an Airbnb or something that's got a washer and dryer, or going to an RV park once a week. So, yeah. Yeah, Cyber, you were here just yesterday. You didn't recognize that? A lot of people want to do this. You know what I find is interesting is that I don't know. I feel like humans as animals, we've been so domesticated that we can't live without our domesticated comforts. And I mean, the extreme of that is a streaming studio. People who spend 8 hours playing video games in a studio that has fluorescent light and blacked out windows. It is the polar opposite of what it means to be a human animal. It is the absolute opposite. And I'm not judging it. I'm just noticing the difference. It's like humans have forgot how to be Homo sapiens. We forgot how to do it. We could not survive for 10 seconds off of nature, or if there's not a local Burger King, hell, I can't even do that. And I'm not talking about going fully, feral and learning how to eat berries and shit. But increasingly we just I don't know. That's all. Yeah, being in a different place every week. Laura says it's because I'm a Sagittarius. I say it's because I just like to explore. I always have. But my problem is I really like being cozy. I like the freedom to explore, but I also really, really hate being uncomfortable. No Burger King, not living, right? For me lately, it's been In-N-Out. We have a place called In-N-Out. I'll tell you the thing, the way that I'm living out of my Subaru, you can't do it without fast food. Or you can't do it because you can't carry, there's no room for food in my Subaru. Not enough to sustain me more than 2 or 3 days. You can't do it, but it just means you just have to go shopping more frequently. That's the main thing. You can't, but it is kind of weird because modern society has kind of enabled modern nomads. You can absolutely live out of your car. That is not hard at all. Yeah, it's not. Camping gas station, cook eggs as a meal. Yeah, but then where are you going to put it, right? And you'd have to do it every day, and you'd have to get out of your cozy car or cab. It's just easier. Plus, it's also it's more money and more time. I've been actually trying because I've been trying to decide if I want to take things like, I have cast iron stoves and I have gas stuff, and whether I get a cooler. The only reason I want a cooler, the number one driver for a cooler, I kid you not, is so that I can take half of that $15 fancy meal that I had with American portions and I can make it into 2 meals. Because otherwise, there's no way I'm going to be able to eat an entire portion of any American meal. They're just so freaking big. They're completely unnecessary. They're like the average, like if you go to a restaurant and you pay $30 for a meal, you're getting, first of all, you're getting 1,200 calories in one meal. You do not need that much food. You don't. So the number one reason I want a cooler is so I can put that meal aside. Yeah, I've got a JetBoy. I've done all that instant coffee stuff. Nope. As long as there's a McDonald's around, I don't need instant coffee. McDonald's coffee is $1.70. You cannot make coffee for $1.70 by yourself. You can't. The cheapest coffee, and it's not even bad coffee. It's also unlimited. McDonald's coffee is unlimited. They will refill you as long as you ask. It is the cheapest coffee you can get, and it's good. People who eat at Starbucks, I'm like, what, are you made of money? And I'm a well-paid engineer. It's not like I don't have the money. It's just, the idea of paying $5 for a cup of coffee just turns my stomach. It's like, why the fuck would you do that? You're not paying for the experience. You're paying to stand in line behind Joe, whoever. Yeah. I do have a French press coffee machine, and I could probably pull off French press for under $1.70. Yep. But then you got to calculate the gas costs, and then you got to figure out a place to put your grinds, and then you're managing trash. It's a thing. It at that point it gets a little bit, people take French presses with them on the road, on the bike. I mean, coffee's like a big topic especially with bike packers. Having a really, really great cup of coffee on the trail, oh my god. And I have a French press that I probably will end up bringing. Hey, Lamondra, how you doing? You buy crap beans and never buy coffee out? Yeah. Yeah. Grinding your own beans. Those are all great things. It's just now do it in a car. You know? Or now do it on your bike. Whatever coffee solution I come up with, I want it to work on my bike and my car. In fact, one of the really great things about being a bike packer is that you're already focused on ultralight, really efficient ways to do things. And so that translates into life in the car really well. Because, you know, when you just have like the minimal gas stove or whatever that you can take you with you, you can even do it. You put the sunroof up and open it so you don't die of carbon monoxide poisoning. You can actually do it inside your car. Instant coffee on the Trans Am. Yeah, I hate energy drinks. Oh my god. The only thing Gatorade is good for is the bottle you can pee in later. I hate that stuff. If you're doing tour de bike though, you gotta get used to doing that. So yeah. No, I really do like making my cup, but you know what? Like Alpine Start, one packet of Alpine Start instant coffee, which is the only instant coffee worth using. The other instant coffees are so gross. All I can think about is how bad the coffee was the whole day. They're gonna come. The maintenance guy's gonna come like freak out. So like Alpine Start, one packet of Alpine Start is $1.20. One packet of instant Alpine Start is $1.20. And you got the little packet to deal with, and it tastes like shit, and it's not fresh. And you know, the only time I would ever pay for that is if I were on a slow adventure bikepacking trip. That's the only time I would ever pay for it. And by the way, if that describes me, I would rather, if I'm doing an adventure cycling trip, I'm probably going to take coffee grounds instead. The problem with coffee is you got to be really careful. Bears love the smell of coffee. They love it. It's like one of the most like aromatic attract bears thing. That and that mosquito spray that sells Citronella. If you want a bear to join you for camp, put Citronella bug spray on and have a really great thing of coffee right before you go to bed. Or hot chocolate. I guarantee you'll get bear visitors. And that's when people want to do their coffee. They want their coffee in their tent with them so that when they wake up they can have a nice warm cup of coffee in the morning. And if you're in bear country, yeah, good luck with that. That's when I don't know, if you're going with a group, if you got 4 people and you pay for the campsites with the bear lockers and stuff, you know, you're probably going to be fine. It depends on how fast you're. I don't plan on camping in bear country very much at all. Like really bad bear country. Like you know, common instant bear country, like anywhere between Banff and Ovando, Montana. People say all the way to New Mexico, but anywhere between Banff and Montana and Ovando, I'm gonna stay in a hotel. You can't even stay in town. That woman who got stepped on to death, she was camping in town in Ovando. After that was when Ovando started making all kinds of places for people to camp. They're like little teepees made out of wood. Because they had that really gory death that they're known for now. It was sad. I read the entire report, police report, or public lands report, or whatever. I tell you what though, not having coffee in the morning on a ride, oh, it's one of those things that kind of warms you up and gets you going and everything. Another thing I really like, as I love cooking ramen noodles when it's cold out. Cooking up some ramen noodles after a hard ride, ugh, it's so good. All the salt and everything. They're really not good for you, but my God, they're so good. Like ramen noodles in the tent when it's cold at night. Oh, so yummy. Do not do that in bear country though. Apparently they've had black bear situations down in you live in bear country, Duke? I bet you do. Is it hot in the car? No, it's not. I mean, it's hot, but you just turn a fan on, you're fine. I find myself freezing in most apartments now. Your body, people forget, your body adapts. In fact, Garmin actually has a heat adaptation index based on you going on rides in the heat. Your body will adapt to the heat and it will get used to it. And in fact, I'll walk into restaurants and stuff after having adapted to the heat and you know, living with the fan or whatever, and I'm freezing. I'll go into McDonald's and I am freezing. I have to like put a coat on during the summer. The real question is whether I'm going to be able to adapt when it gets cold out. You know, and I don't think, I don't know, you know, American Indians have been living in sub-freezing temperatures for hundreds, if not thousands of years. They do not have a problem, and they're wearing animal skins, and they have figured out how to stay warm, and they gotta hunt and kill their food as well. So I mean, you know, we're central heat. I know. People will adapt within 2 weeks. Though I am a little bit concerned. So one of the, like, when I get cold, I do not like being cold. I don't. I really, really hate it. But one of the things I noticed about being cold is that when I catch a chill, so especially if you're wet, I was coming back, it was 60 degrees outside the other day. Yeah. Siberia. Yeah. I was coming from the jacuzzi. It was 60 degrees outside. It was totally warm outside. But because I'd had a meal, I got out and there was a little breeze, and I just started getting massive, hey Debug, I started getting massive shivers. And this is something I've noticed about when I start to shiver. When I start to shiver, I panic, and it makes it worse. I think I'm gonna die. And so I've been working on, like, when I start to get the shivers, rather than thinking I'm gonna die in that moment, because I start to panic. If you just own the fact that you have the shivers and then run or something, and then not panic, the shivers will eventually go away. You know, you don't want them to go really away. That means you're gonna die. That's when you're about to die of hypothermia. When you stop shivering and get really sleepy. That my problem is when I get, like, I never panic when I get too hot. I've never panicked when I'm super duper hot. But the thing you don't want to do when you start to shiver, you go, okay, I have the shivers and I need to deal with this, right? Which the first thing is you need to do things that are counterintuitive, like you need to get naked. The best way to stop the shivers, especially if you're wet, is to get naked, even if there's a wind. Because your most important thing is to get dry. You gotta get dry as fast as possible. That's the number one thing. And I have been like in icing rain, and I have taken my clothes up in the tent, and it's been surprisingly warm. And you're like, what's going on? It's because of that layer of water. And you know, you just don't want any layer of water next to your skin. That causes your skin to feel like it's even colder than it really is, and then you panic. You know, there was another time too, I was biking, and I went indoors. I had this big meal. I had this big, huge hamburger meal, and I had all my rain clothes on. And I sweat through every single layer I had while I was sitting there in the restaurant. And then I went out to go bike at a higher speed, you know, and the wind just started, and I had massive, massive shivers. And there was nothing I could do. I couldn't dry off, so I just pushed it really hard up the hill, and it built my core temperature back up. So, you know, but yeah, I mean, these are not fun things to do. I mean, a lot of people don't want to think about all this stuff all the time. So, to tell you the truth, I don't want to think about it. This is why I'm being migratory. I'm going to where it's 40 degrees, and I'm not the only one. There have been nomadic tribes that have migrated during the bad seasons, and then there are other nomadic tribes that don't. They don't. They stay put. They stay in Moscow, Idaho, and they buckle down, and they build their tents, and they make sure they got enough food to last the winter, and then they do whatever they do during the winter. But I tell you what, they better make damn sure they got enough food and everything. The frontiers, or else they're going to be Donner Party, and they're going to start eating each other. I mean, there was a time, you know, in Utah especially, there was a time when people would cross the plains, and if they didn't get in time, they would get hit by the snowstorms. And the Donner Party, we'll go to Donner Pass. The Donner Party, they were frozen. They were completely snowed in, and they did not have stuff to stay warm. And they had to be rescued. So you don't want to get caught in deep snow, that's for damn sure. I mean, but then again, you got the Indians that did it. The Indians would wait out these entire winters, and they would fend off wolves and all kinds of stuff that were super hungry. I bet wolves would be a real problem in the winter. Dude, I would be so terrified of wolf packs in the winter, because in the winter they got nothing to eat. Do I sleep at campings? What are you talking about? Camping sites? No, I sleep everywhere. I sleep in the car right now. The car is every bit as good as a house. If you really have to, you can go turn the car on, turn the heater on, and that'll buy you some time. So, how do I take a shower? I shower at Planet Fitness or at an Airbnb or at an RV camp. You don't need a shower as often as you think you do, guys. You can go for a long time without a shower and not stink. How did the military do it? Deployed military, they stay clean, like for months at a time. There's a lot of wipes involved, wet wipes involved. There's a lot of like showering in a bathroom, you know, brushing your teeth with the little water you have. Yeah, you can take a shower. I mean, a big part of what I do is based on, there's a search for the hot tub. I also have, I mean, again, guys, this is, in the winter, this gets harder, right? That's why it's staying 40 degrees above. I'm looking at sun showers. There's as water supply. There's a thing called a sun shower. It's like a 20-gallon water tank. It goes on your roof, and 10-gallon, and it you can use it to shower. But you know, I definitely am in search of a hot tub or hot springs for sure. I don't like admitting this, but I need to go clean. And then I need to go to work. I need to pack and stuff. I don't know how much of my house you want to see, but I guess I'll take you with me. I guess I'll take you with me for this morning's episodes. You can see how messy my apartment is. I don't sleep in my apartment anymore, so it's just a bunch of shit that I'm trying to organize. This southern pack is so good though. I love it so much. God, okay, so I was like sweating all the time. My butt's a little cold wet because there's still water stored there. God, I love this pack so much more than the other one. The other one was so tight. Really, really tight. I could get another free copy if I wanted to. I still want to know where my driver's license is. My driver's license hasn't come back. Ooh, we got rain clouds. So one thing I have determined is no matter what, I want protection from falling rain. And a lot of the people who do tour divide will bivvy under a tarp. And that's like one step too far for me. I don't necessarily need a whole tent, but I definitely want a tarp shelter over me. I do not want to try to be protecting all my gear and everything in a rainstorm. Just not fun. And yeah, I pee in the car. I go potty at gas stations. And I have, yeah, a tent is a big thing to carry if you're going to do tour divide. But just having the security of knowing it exists. Like if you're stuck and you just, these people, the competitors, they sleep in pit toilets and stuff because they don't have a shelter. But I've seen people go through storms and they've staked down their tents in the middle of a near hurricane wind tempest in their single person tent. So, I mean, even if it's a 3-season tent, you know, you can combine that with your. That's like, I kind of draw the line there. I just know that if I'm on the bike, if I really had to bail, I could bail into a tent and I would be safe. Because in a tent, you can fire up your stove. You're not supposed to, but you can. You can fire up your stove. You can hold in some of the hot air, protect yourself from the wind. You can do all of that with the sleeping bag. But, hey Babashi, how you doing? So this is just an empty apartment at this point. I don't use it for anything. The only reason I'm in the apartment is to pack it up. So there's still shit everywhere. That's really the only reason I'm here. God, it's so hot now. Every time I come back to my apartment. I know, it looks crazy, but I'm just organizing everything. I gotta get rid of that bike. I love that bike, but I'm gonna get rid of it. What else? Oh, we need music. That's what we need. Alright, you guys stand here and listen to music. I got to go use the restroom. Assuming you're still there. Becoming a minimalist? What are you talking about? I'm gonna give you a pass because you haven't been watching for very long. I'm living out of my car, so I don't know how more minimalist you can get than that. None of this stuff is staying. This is all going. This is just the last round of stuff that's going. And I'm taking it, giving it to my family to do the yard sale. That's where all the other stuff already went. The piano, the bar stools are going, and the computer chair are going to my daughter in North Carolina. The couch is getting sold. The carpet's getting sold or going away. All the bike tools, everything in this entire room right here is going back to the yard sale. It's just this is the last stuff I had to go through before I decided to get rid of it. And everything in this room is going on my bike. Everything in this room is becoming a part of my bike kit. That bike is going away, even though I love that bike. That's my Pixie. I love that bike, but it has to go away. And so this room is just stuff that's coming with me on the bike. Yeah. So I keep going back and forth on this Osprey. It's a nice pack, but I keep going back and forth on whether I'm going to use it or not. I don't know. If I was ever going to do any hiking, it would be really good, but this doesn't go on the bike. The only reason I brought this is because I need to do some water crossings with my pack. And I don't know if I'm going to keep that or not, so. The hardest part about this last final stage of like organization is that I've got to prioritize what I need for September. And right now that is really, really hard. I should probably yeah. The one thing that has to be finished is the bike. That has to be done. If I missed something on the car camping, that would be fine. The bike I cannot miss because it's the car, the bike, and the tent. Where's the tent? Because I gotta spend 5 days on the bike, and if I forget anything, I'm totally screwed. So let's clean this room. All right, all the tailpin stuff. Oh, those are compression straps. I didn't realize that's what they were. Oh, that's cool. I keep that. That. I still need to take it with me. There's stuff that has to go with me, and then there's stuff that has to go on the bike. That has to go on the bike. This has to go on the bike. This is true. Heart rate monitor. I keep going back and forth on that. Man, I might as well keep it. I don't know if I'm ever going to use it. The only reason it makes sense is if I want to put it on the screen. I got one of those. Hand warmers. Hot bar adapter. I don't need that anymore. I have so much quad lock stuff. Not needed. Keep, but not here. Keep but not going. Keep but not going. Keep but not going. Handleless. Keep but not going. I'm gonna keep this tool anyway. Yeah, unbelievable. I need to get some more sealant for this door in there. Let's see things you say. Keep it not on the bike. Garbage, 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 garbage. Not keep but don't put on the bike. Oh, I did get the large. I got the large. Yeah, I'm gonna get the small for the front forks. I'm gonna get the front fork adapter. I'm just not gonna do that till next year because they're expensive. Let me say. I'm not gonna do this thing. Maybe somebody in the future wants to do it, but I do not want to do it. I might change my mind later though, so it's hard because I don't think you can buy just these pieces. So I'm gonna hold on to those. I have like a collection of Telpin parts. Wait, I think I do need to just do some of these. I'll take those out. Garbage, garbage, garbage. This is my undercarriage pack. I got mud everywhere. This is my other side. Keep garbage. Oh, good scissors. I need those. That's my quilt case. And the specialized stuff. This is all gonna stay. Yet another USB cable. Hey man, hey or yay. missing links, that one's. This is my sleep kit right here. I don't know if I'm gonna like, I don't know. We'll just on that later. The pouch kit. Stripes. Hey, a random earring. Why is there a random? Why do I have only one sock? Rob. Med kit. Bottle cages. Hey Maple, how you doing? Clothes. Stay focused, Rob. You need to get the bike ready. I don't think I'm gonna need this. I really don't. It's a good place to put extra clothes though. This is my rain pants. This room is stuff that's going in the car. This stuff is stuff that's I'm giving up. Like so much money there. Ugh. These are waterproof. I should probably keep those. The problem is like these. I'll want these in winter. In winter, I'm really gonna want these because I can ride a bike in winter with these. Maybe I should keep these. Maybe I should keep them. I mean, they look good. Yeah, I'll keep them. I wonder if these would be actually better for me to do the tour on, because they're completely waterproof. These are too shallow. Yeah. I love these, but they're way too narrow. I mean, they might work. I don't know. I'm definitely keeping them though. happy. Hours go. Not in the mood today. I'm kind of hungry.
Here comes music to set your soul on fire.
God, this bike weighs so much, so little. It's insane. It's such a great seat. I love the seat. I'm breathing heavy like I always do. I breathe through my nose. It's really gross. I think I already cleaned everything out. I think I cleaned it all out. It's all in my... These are just tools I'm going to donate. Is this helicopter tape? Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. I have a place to put some of this. Like right now. Such a great bike. I love that bike. Freaking love that bike. I'm gonna be mad at myself when I get rid of it. Maybe I should just carry it around with me. Yeah, I probably should. Until I find a worthy person to donate it to. It's really great for like around town and stuff. Price. Exactly where I'm at. It's a... 'Cause I'm just a girl. Just a girl living in captivity. Up to here. For me to run and hide. go. Ah! Let's see if it still works. These Spinix lights die if you drop them. I need my tools. I need some food. I need protein. Do I have protein left? I don't even think I'd have any left. I clean out all my stuff. Yeah, I don't have any protein left. I definitely need some though. It's so hard to buy protein in the morning that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Like if you go buy an omelet, should we go to Maria's and get an omelet? I'm super hungry. I'm gonna have to work here about an hour. All right. How can we get food the fastest? Should we pretend like we have an Airbnb and go ahead and cook some eggs up? Should we do that? That might be the fastest way to get protein. Yeah, I'm gonna go get food. I'm gonna get some eggs. I only need to supply myself for another 4 days in here, and that'll keep me busy cleaning. Let's do that. I got the keys and everything. What else do I need? I need to bring the tools in so I can refinish that, put the other stuff on. Straps. I really need a Garmin cap mount. I just don't know if I can get that by I need to check all the other places, see if they have it today at lunch. I wish they had quality protein you could buy during the day. They really don't. I could still make money. I could still support my family. But back then, I couldn't have. Oh, this reminds me, I have gone here backwards. We came on here backwards with the Peloton once, with the pros. Yeah. It's much more photogenic from this angle. Look at her. It is, we are stalking. We are 100% stalking these awesome people. That is what we are doing. So if you don't want to be stalked, don't race bike on Stop US, because I'm going to stalk you. But yeah, I mean. Yeah, I can do this. Is this what it's like? Or is it like the other thing? I don't know. Shake my ass. I'm not supposed to do nudity. All right, let's see if I can detect the traffic coming. There's no cars. There's no cars. Oh, there's cars. I hear them coming. Okay, but see, I could hear the car that coming that time. They're gonna think I'm trying to flag them down. And I'm like, watch. See, okay. One car. One car. One car in 10 minutes. Okay, can I... That's just iPhone. What? Spring organization listening periodically swinging on the keyboard. We should do both.
makes it fast. One more thing. We are the Sultans. We are the Sultans of swing.
Try to buy some boiled eggs. I want to see how easy it is to buy boiled eggs. God, I love this song. I was playing this the other night on the guitar.
I looked up this morning, but the sun was gone. Turned on some music to start my day, and lost myself in the song. I closed my eyes.
This new system will just grab you. I love this system of being able to grab you and go. It's like really awesome. Cooler, but I don't want to get too big of a cooler. It's freezing in here. I got to put my teeth in. I'm gonna scare somebody. No more bananas, they go bad too fast. Can't cook potatoes anymore, I don't know that thing. I'm in a deli section. Yeah, there we go. Cage-free, 6 grams of protein, hard-boiled eggs. Yep. See, if I have a cooler, I can put these in the cooler and it'll keep. That'll get me. That's 2 meals of protein. I also need protein powder because protein powder I can eat no matter what the temperature is. Anywhere. Bread, peanut butter and jelly, bread and peanut butter, I can eat that anywhere. The problem is where to put it. It's like, I haven't figured out where to put food in the car. There's just no easy way to store it. I think I'm probably going to want to put it in some kind of bag on in the top after I get my back all packed up with clothes. I'll tell you one thing, I don't buy more than I need anymore, because it just creates a problem. I think I have a spot on top of my Patagonia bag right behind the seat. And that would probably be the best place to put food. But I need some like really easy thing to put it in. And I just need to make sure I don't ever get more food than will fit in that thing.
Insert cash or complete electronic payment on PIN pad. Please insert cash or complete electronic
I mean,
shopping at your local Macy's.
the container on the top of the car is fine, but it's hard to get into for food. Like, you usually you have to be intentional, right? You have to like so if it was in a rainstorm and you were rained out all day, you'd have to be, I mean, there's different kinds of nomad living, right? There's the nomad living where you're bouncing between, you know, food places, and then there's the nomad living where you're away from food and you're stuck in the car. So like, and the first is the type of living I have to figure out, like urban car living. Urban car living is lots easier than portable grill, all that stuff. That's all really fun and fine, and I will take that stuff. But it's a part of a different style of nomadic living. There's stealth in-car urban car camping, and then there's off-the-grid car camping, and they're not the same at all. I think I got the socks. Fire socks. Woo! 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 All right, fire socks. I have been wanting the fire socks my entire Zwift life. Where are they? Where's my fire socks? Roberts. And it was because I was just doing web stuff. The web stuff will fucking rot your brain, man. Web dev will rot your brain. I can put you. She's so fucking stupid. That's not what I asked. So. I definitely can do both, Seabear. The difference is what you take with you to enable both. So, I mean, it goes without saying that bouncing between, you know, fast food joints in the car is super easy. You go grab a coffee from McDonald's, you throw your trash away. You don't have anything in the car to manage at all. There's no food-related items in the car. And that's like really, really easy to do. It's really easy. And that's kind of the first stage. The first stage is do that because, quite honestly, the other thing that's easy about that is that means that you're always within range of a shower. Okay? So that means you are near a Planet Fitness, or you know where a Planet Fitness is, or you've got wet wipes and stuff to like shower down in Maverick, or you know, in like gas stations, and then every week you do your laundry and you stay in an Airbnb, right? That style of living is totally different than being able to even stay 4 days off grid. YMCA, yeah. I mean, if you can find one, there's lots of places you can shower, but showering is not a problem. Personal hygiene is not a problem. It really isn't. It's like people have been doing this forever. You just wear, you know, you wear the right clothes and stuff. You make sure your clothes are the kind that can be changed out and washed really easily. And, you know, even in a sink. That stuff is easy. What's not easy is taking food that will last you in the car. And I mean, the easiest thing to do is to just take a bunch of food. The hardest part of that is water. The single hardest thing to deal with off the grid is water. And quite honestly, it's kind of silly of me to try to come up with any plan where I'm going to live more than 2 days off the grid without figuring out the water situation. Because the water is, that's why the solar shower and that kind of thing is interesting to me, because you can put water up there. But yeah. Uh-oh. Hello. You guys call me twice a day, every day. How long are you going to keep doing this before I tell you not to do it? A bunch of fucking AI robocallers. Traveling healer trailer. No, we're not doing the trailer. I've covered this a million times. Trailers are a pain in the ass, and they take up tons of it takes up a ton of gas, tons of management. They make you less safe. I am going to tow a trailer across the country to get the piano out there. I've thought about it, but I can't just like drive up to a Planet Fitness and park in the parking lot without drawing a bunch of attention. So I'm going to try really hard to not do that. And I'm very, very close to it. I think what I'm getting at is, the bottom line is pretty simple. I am not set up for nomadic camping. I'm not set up for more than 2 nights. The most I can do is a weekend. The most I can do is a weekend. And that means that if I'm camping anywhere, I'm staying in an RV park that's got water hookups, I've got power. I mean, just for my power demands, I need that anyway, right? So I keep getting sucked into this idea that maybe I'll spend some time in Quartzsite for 2 weeks and I'll figure out how to make that work. Well, that's not going to be this year. If I figure that out, it's going to be next year, or it's going to be in December. So one of the reasons I'm holding off on buying a solar shower is I actually, when I moved to Tucson in probably November, maybe earlier, I don't know. One of the things I want to do is I actually want to go stay in Quartzsite for as long as I can, and I want to meet people in Quartzsite who live in their Subarus. There are lots of people who do, and I want to just get all their ideas. I can already tell you, though, that most of the people that are in Quartzsite are going to have a trailer. And a trailer is definitely an option. I've talked about this before. A trailer is also a way to deal with the whole storage situation, right? It's also a way your bike doesn't get as damaged because, it's not dealing with the weather elements all the time. It's out there just banging against the car. So, yeah. I'm kind of glad I talked through this, because the conclusion of this is I'm not ready to deal with any food in the car more than leftovers from yesterday. That's it. That means I need a cooler that will take ice, because I can get ice at Maverick in a cup, and I can fill up the ice in the cooler, and it basically is just a lunchbox. And I can make room for that anywhere. That can just live right here next to me. Because the only purpose for the cooler, is to keep my leftovers good, so that when I go out to eat for a $30 meal, I don't ruin it. Getting stolen. Yeah, but I'm sleeping in my car, so if my car gets stolen, that means I'm going to hear a grinder. The only way you can steal my car is with a grinder, and I guarantee you I will hear a grinder from inside of the car if someone fires one up to try to steal my bike. If you know what I mean. If somebody fires something up to try to steal my bike, I'll hear it, and then I'll run out there with my knife or my hammer, which is right here, and make a lot of noise. Or more importantly, I'll set off my alarm. I have my car set up so that it sets off the alarm if I go outside. Yeah, it's kind of good. I really love it like that. All right, guys. I have 8:30 till let's see. Yeah, I have a knife, I have a hammer, I have a big knife. I have, I don't have pepper spray, I don't need it. I have it. But mostly I have the ability of not having to leave the car. My biggest thing is I don't have to leave the car. And so I can just back over somebody if they're going to give me shit. They'd have to break my window to be a threat. And by the time they break my window, I'm rolling over them. Because I don't, my biggest security is that I don't have to leave the car. So, I'm kind of running out of time here. So if they were to break the window, I would chop their hand off. I have a fucking 9-inch marine carbon blade knife that would mess somebody up bad. It's basically a sword. If somebody tried to do that, they would really regret it. I mean, they'd have to be ready to kill me. And if they're ready to kill me, there's nothing I can do about that. Yeah. I have a machete, but I don't have a machete with me. I've been attacked by a machete before in the Caribbean. I didn't hit any blade on me, thank God. You're so Supergirl. Yeah. Fishing is relaxing, and I've thought about fishing because it's like Rainbow Trout City and all that, but yeah, no. I gotta go to work, guys. I want to get some work done early because I have a lot of other stuff to do. Here comes somebody with McDonald's for breakfast. Yeah. See you, Just Bolt. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. See you guys later. Huh. Where do I put this food? You put it back here with the tools, I guess. Protein powder. I wonder if I have room there for a thing.